Come on, itch. Well, the camera just eye autofocused on that squirrel, which is kind of cool to see. It actually works even side on. So, hi guys. Out with the rx10 Mark IV this afternoon. Sun's out and heading to a sunset, but quick wander around the castle. Not really to take pictures of the castle, more to look at the wildlife. So there's plenty there. So if you are down in Bodiam or this way in East Sussex and you want to go and visit the castle, it's not just the castle. You've got lots of wildlife that you can sort of capture during the different times of the year. There's obviously the ducks, but the eye autofocus was working well on the squirrel, which I mentioned earlier. This duck absolutely fine, and also some of the birds that you'll see as well. And really quite impressed at how well it picked up, especially sort of side on, not straight onto the face or anything like that. It was working sort of most angles, which was quite good, and it just helps stay on the eye rather than say the beak, for example. Not so much on a small little bird like this, but the bigger animals like with longer noses, the camera would normally go for the tip of the nose rather than the eye or the beak, for example. So having it go straight to the eye, which is obviously more pleasing to the eye, to be in focus on the eye, because that's the kind of thing we look at. It just helps you get that shot quickly without missing, or you're less likely to miss it because you've taken a shot straight on the end of the nose, for example. Spotted a helicopter coming over, so grabbed a shot of that, and also a 500 frames per second slow motion, looking straight up at it kind of thing. And that worked quite well. It's just, I don't know, I don't think I'd trust sort of flying in that thing because it's quite small, and it looks a bit so yeah, firmly planted on the ground on that one. But yeah, so that was flying around. They did a couple of loops, and I think a lot of people come over. They do a lot of pleasure flights and things, and they fly over the castle. It's a good aerial sort of visit, somewhere to go to, isn't it? It looks cool. Like I say, the sun was going down, so plenty of things happening. Even obviously planes flying over. Another slow motion HFR shot there, and basically just wandering around snapping away. So the light was going, there was lots of shade now, so where the sun was coming through I managed to get like the picture of that duck, which was lovely. It's really love the colours that come out of that. But now I'm shooting in the shade, and the light is going quite quickly because the sun's going down behind the trees. But these squirrels were quite cute and quite funny to watch because they're obviously trying to get their food and they bury their acorns and stuff like that, but obviously interesting what I was doing. So he was kind of like, oh, what do I do? He was sort of checking me out. This one here is slightly slow shutter speed, 1/200th of a second. I could probably do 1/400th plus really, but unfortunately he was just legging it, so I just took a couple of snaps. But also focus tracking him, no trouble at all, just follows him. That shot's there is slightly better, but he's actually slowed down. He'd gone up the tree, so I kind of followed where he went just to see what he was actually up to. Quite interested in me and what I was doing. Hopefully I wasn't going to go too close, so he popped his head up over the top of the trunk there, where obviously the branches start to split off, which is quite cool. Didn't work in colour at all because the backlight was quite bright. Another squirrel there sat on a bench. I thought it was quite cool because of the darkness in the background. It just works in black and white a lot better. It looks a lot less messy. And then I thought, right, sunset, where can I go? So headed to Brightling, which is I think second highest place in East Sussex. So to get some height to look across the downs, with the sun going down over the downs, I thought, am I going to get there in time? Just about made it. But where am I going to go? So looking for a few spots. Managed to find one spot, and the sun was going down. This massive cloud cover appeared on the horizon, unfortunately. So there goes the sun going down the horizon. It's actually the clouds it's going to go behind. So that massive cloud formation there, and that's the South Downs in the distance. But it looked quite cool with all the mist and everything coming in. It was quite a warm day, and then obviously cools down very quickly. So you end up with mist. This shot here, just a large puddle of water, but make quite a good little reflection shot, wide angle, 24mm, and then stopped another place as well. Not really worthwhile, unfortunately. But then looked up and I thought, oh, the moon's up. So just a moon shot quickly. But yeah, just utilising that camera as much as I possibly can. It's just nice to get out. You've got no stress of carrying anything too heavy, big, or anything like that. But you've got the options, the range, and the settings and ability that the camera's got to capture pretty much 95% of everything you could ever want to do, plus the HFR mode, which has obviously DSLRs and even the higher mirrorlesses don't do more than a sort of 100 frames a second or 120 frames per second, where we can do up to 1,000 frames a second, and it's something that's really quite fun to use and quite creative. You know, you can do some really good stuff with that. So there's all the other options, but it just makes this camera such a dream to use because, one, it's not too big, it's easy to carry around, it weighs a kilo, and you know, it just works. You know, everything's very quick on it, and you know, didn't even need a second battery in the pocket. I just went out for an hour or so, absolutely fine, got some cool shots, and then went home. So anyway guys, don't forget to ask questions, please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and I shall see you soon.